Thanks everybody for joining today. We're incredibly excited to be sharing an overview of our new dental and vision products that are going to be on the platform here very, very soon. A couple of housekeeping items before we get started. Number one, at any point in time, if you do have a question, please feel free to drop it into the Q&A or go ahead and drop it into the chat box. As it probably mentioned to you when you joined, we are going to be recording this webinar. So if you have team members that weren't able to join today, or you'd like to go ahead and come back to the material because we are going to cover quite a bit, we will distribute the recording of the webinar and also put it into the producer portal. And so that will be available to you. Next week, we're going to have another webinar. We'll look primarily at enrolling clients through dental and vision or in dental and vision. And so we'll do an overview of the products today. Over the coming weeks, you'll get a lot more material as well through our weekly newsletter. And then after that, and next week, we'll be doing that webinar on the platform and reminding everybody of how to actually get clients enrolled in dental and vision. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to start with a quick overview and reminder for those of you that may be new to Liferaft as well. We are a partner to our producers, and what we really do is work with insurance companies to build affordable, easy to understand, and easy to access supplemental products. Today, we've started with a suite of 3 products, as most of you know, that have been with us for a little while. And we're incredibly excited to be adding dental and vision to that portfolio, again, here in the coming next weeks. We're really focused on providing our producers a one-stop solution to be able to offer their clients that full suite of supplemental products. So for most of our producers that are selling individual exchange plans or maybe selling to small businesses, as you all know, the primary product that is usually opening that conversation is going to be major medical. But everything alongside major medical, we want to be the provider that helps you with those products, not only just by providing you simple, affordable, easy to understand products, but giving you a platform that allows you to be able to enroll your clients in plans that are valuable to them, but do it in a way that is not onerous or overly complicated for you as our producer partner. We've heard from a lot of you, hey, we love Liferaft, we love the platform. It's really, really easy to get people enrolled. But anytime I do a health enrollment, I'm doing the health enrollment on Health Sherpa or my state's website. Then I'm doing Liferaft. And then usually I have to jump to another portal to be able to enroll somebody in dental and vision. And so we really don't want our producers losing that time or adding that complexity. And so we're working on building you and are really making a big leap here with dental and vision on that one-stop solution, right? Giving your clients guaranteed issue products that are going to be easy for you to enroll them in anytime you're sitting down. And so with our platform and with dental and vision, you can now enroll people in 5 policies in under 10 minutes time. And really, I think the value in supplemental, as many of you know, is when you take major medical and you pair it with the right supplemental package, it allows you as a producer to be the trusted resource for your client, right? So when we think about our clients and keeping our clients over time, when you do a major medical enrollment and you're adding other products, not only is that beneficial for you, but over time, you really become that trusted resource and that go-to person for those clients, which means you'll keep a stickier book as well. And so as, again, a quick reminder, where we started was really with these 3 products at the bottom: the hospital supplement insurance, the accident insurance, as well as a critical illness insurance. Now, those are all indemnity style products that are guaranteed issue, right? So, regardless of, there are no health underwriting questions. Those are, you bring a client to the site, as long as they're in the age window, they're going to be able to buy a policy no matter what state they're in, no matter what their prior health conditions are. Now, dental and vision, these products, as we go through them, are going to be more traditional versions of dental and vision. So they're not indemnity products, although there is one small dental option in that space. But those are really going to be traditional ones. And so again, when I think about, as a producer, I talk to my client first about health insurance, and then usually I'm talking to them about dental, and then I'm talking to them about vision, and then I'm talking to them about the hospital, the accident, and the critical illness. So it's really going to give you the suite all on the Liferaft platform to be able to have that real meaningful conversation with your clients over time. So let's jump into the dental products. Liferaft has partnered with Emeritus, which is one of the leading dental carriers out there, really to offer products nationwide. And through Emeritus and through the Liferaft platform, you are going to have, you and your clients are going to have the availability or the options from 3 different plans that are available. Now, pricing is going to be based on zip code. That is how these plans are going to be priced out and rated, which is going to be a slightly new addition to the flow, which we'll talk about next week. But let's talk about each of these plans at a high level, and then we'll talk about them in detail as well. So the first plan there, PrimeStar Value, as you can see, really that product through our platform in partnership with Emeritus, that's going to be a kind of traditional PPO type of plan. It's state-based, and I'll talk about some of the nuance there. But really, I think it's for those clients that need some level of dental coverage, but are also on a very tight budget, right? It's going to give you the least amount of coverage, but it's also going to be the cheapest product that's out there. And it's going to have a couple of other little details that we'll talk about. Now, PrimeStar Access, I think, is probably where a majority of our producers' clients are going to be a best fit. And again, that's really a state-based PPO plan. It's going to give you richer coverage and benefits compared to the PrimeStar Value, but it is going to be a little bit more expensive. Now, with PrimeStar Total, that again is a PPO plan. Now, here I would say this is going to be clients that want the richest dental plan that's available, or those clients that are also interested in hearing coverage and services, because that is an option with PrimeStar Total as well. So really what we've done here, as we've done with a lot of our other products, is try to give our producers a few different plans that are going to help you meet your client's needs. We know that client needs can really vary. And so by offering these 3 versions of the plan, we've given our producers a few different options to be able to address those client needs. Great. So let's start by talking about PrimeStar Value. One thing I want to mention about all of these products is they are going to be guaranteed issue. Now, as we go through each of the plans, you'll see type 1, type 2, and type 3 benefits. Now, with PrimeStar Value, as a quick reminder, this is really going to be, I think, your most affordable coverage with the most stringent kind of benefit structure. And so you'll see here type 1 benefits are really just going to be exams and cleanings here on the preventative side. So bite wing x-rays, fillings, fluoride for anybody that's got kids, those are actually going to be considered type 2 benefits for this plan. And anything beyond that, so major, including non-bite wing x-rays, so any other x-rays, crowns, bridges, those are all going to be those type 3 benefits. Now with this product, again, there's going to be some state variation, but by and large, the maximum annual benefit amount on this plan is going to be $750. So again, it is more limited than some of the other options that we'll talk through here in a moment. Now, each of these plans are going to operate on a co-insurance structure, as I'm sure most of you are familiar with dental insurance. With this product, that first year, the co-insurance is going to be 90% on any type 1 benefits, 50% on type 2, and 0% on type 3. Now that gets a little bit better as you get year 2 and beyond, which is going to be 100, 80, and 15. One thing I do want to mention here, which is not included in the slides, but I think is an incredibly important point for all of the Emeritus plans, they are actually going to begin giving your policyholders credit for time that they have been enrolled in an existing dental plan. So what that means is if you have clients on an existing dental plan and they are switching to the Liferaft Emeritus plan, they're actually going to, and they've been on that plan for at least a year, they're actually going to move into that year 2 and beyond co-insurance structure on that first year. And so they will not have that first year co-insurance structure. Now, with this product, there is going to be a deductible on type 2 and type 3 services. And those are going to be $50 for anything type 2. So again, reminder, x-rays, fillings, fluoride for the kids, that's going to be at $50. Anything in the type 3 or major is going to be $150. Now, this is the only plan, but it does have a waiting period for type 3 services only. So if you have a client that knows they are going to need a crown or they're going to need some type of oral surgery, this is not going to be a good option for them because there is a 12-month wait period on those type 3 services. So keep that in mind. Anybody that's going to need immediate major services should not be looking at the Prime Star value coverage. So a couple of additional notes. As I mentioned on the last slide, there are going to be some state variations here. For example, some states have a 50% co-insurance requirement. All of that is going to be available in the portal as you're going through an application. That detail will be there, but also we will be sending around more collateral and information that gives you the deep dive on each of these. The MAC and the PPO, the MAC and the UNC PPO, for all intents and purposes, those are the same type of plan when you are in network. However, I do want to mention one thing because we have gotten a lot of questions on what out-of-network coverage looks like for these products. With any state that is a MAC state, which is going to be a majority of them, if your client is going out of network, charges from an out-of-network provider that are above the MAC are going to be payable by your client or the insured. Anything up to the MAC is going to be split just like it would be in network according to the co-insurance split. Now with UNC in the States, and there's only 5 of them that we've listed above here. So Alaska, anybody selling in Georgia, Louisiana, Massachusetts, or Mississippi, this is an important point for you. If your clients are going to go out of network in those states, anything that is above 80% of the usual and customary is going to be payable by the insured. Anything up to that 80% of UNC is going to be split according to that co-insurance schedule that we have. So just something to keep in mind there for those clients that are concerned or may ask you the questions about any out-of-network coverage and the cost of out-of-network coverage. So let's look at pricing here. So for those base states that have the PPO MAC plan, for an individual, the price here is going to be $23.12. For an individual and one other person, whether that's a child or a spouse, you're going to be looking at $46. And with the family plan, it's going to be just under $74 per month. So again, I think a really affordable product for those people that don't need extensive dental coverage, but would like to have something in place. Now, with the states that are UNC PPO and a couple of other states on the indemnity plan, those prices are going to be a little bit more expensive. Now, again, the exact pricing is going to depend on your client's state and zip code. All of that is going to be available through our quoting our quoting tool, as well as the normal application flow. So let's go ahead and talk about PrimeStar Access. I really like this plan, and I think it's a really good one for a majority of our clients. So again, guaranteed issue. This product is going to give your clients, number one, higher annual benefits, but number two, when we look at what is considered preventative versus basic versus major, there is a lot richer coverage here than there was on the PrimeStar value. So preventative on this plan is really going to be those x-rays are going to move into preventative, space maintainers, any sealants, and then fluoride again for those kids under 16. Now type 2 are going to be fillings and any simple extractions. And with type 3, you're looking at a lot of those similar major services required with a couple of added coverage here, including implants and teeth whitening. Now, this product, the first year annual max benefit is $1,000. Again, that goes up in year 2 and beyond to $2,000. As a reminder, those clients switching are going to start getting credit for the time that they've been on their previous dental plan. So they'll move right into year 2 and beyond. Now here, you've also got a more favorable co-insurance structure for the clients on those that first year, 165 and 20 by benefit tier, type 1, type 2, type 3. And those type 2 and type 3 co-insurance numbers go up as well as you get into year 2 and beyond. Now, this product, all of these products are going to carry the same deductible, $50 on a type 2 service, $150 on the type 3 service. Now with this product, the other thing that I really, really like here is that there is no waiting period. So there is absolutely no waiting period for type 1, type 2, or type 3 benefits. So if you have those clients who have had a toothache for a while or know that they're going to need something, this is a really, really good plan for them because they can enroll and then go access the benefit and get the care that they need. Two other small things I want to mention here. The pricing that I'm going to show you actually includes 2 other specific benefits. There is the child orthodontia benefits that are built in here. I'm not going to go into too much detail on what those look like, but we will, again, provide that to everybody. And it also includes LASIK benefits. In the first year, it's going to start at $125 per eye, and that actually goes up to $250 after the first year. So the nice thing here is there are a couple of those other benefits that are built in that I think can add a lot of additional value, especially for those folks with children that are looking at a family plan. I think this child orthodontia benefit availability is really, really valuable. So 2 things here. Again, you're going to see similar, there's a few states here that are going to be the UNC PPO. I want to talk again about out-of-network coverage because it is a key question that comes up all the time. For PrimeStar Access with the MAC level plan, it is going to follow the co-insurance schedule. So this is different than PrimeStar value. Here, if your client goes out of network, it is still going to follow the co-insurance schedule. Now, for those states that are UNC, so Alaska, Georgia, Louisiana, Massachusetts, Mississippi, for those of you folks selling plans in those states, that is going to be a little bit different. Up to 80% of the UNC will be the normal co-insurance. Anything beyond that is going to be payable by the insured or the client in this case. So, in summary, I think PrimeStar Access, richer benefits, more is included in the type 1 benefits. There are additional services in type 3. I think really, really good plan for folks. Now here, base level pricing for those 41 states that are MAC PPOs, for an individual, it's going to be just at $41.44. Adding one other individual is going to bring that cost up to $84.71. And those family plans are going to be at $140.31. A lot of benefit, I think, that's squeezed in here. at the level of premiums that you're seeing here. Great. Lastly, on the dental side, I want to talk everybody through PrimeStar Total. So PrimeStar Total, as a quick reminder, is going to be the richest benefit structure in terms of the cap, and is also going to include some hearing benefits. So for clients that are slightly older, or that may be interested in hearing aids or an annual hearing test, this is going to be a good option for them. Now with this product, the type 1 benefits are going to be those exams, cleanings, but also x-rays. Type 2, just like the last plan, fillings and extractions. And type 3 is going to be that same set of major surgery. There's a couple of things to mention here. Number one, as you can see here, fluoride is not covered in this plan. So again, for those folks that have young kids under the age of 16, PrimeStar Access is going to be, I think, the product for them, because that fluoride coverage, which most dentists will do up to the age of 16, are going to be covered. But here, the max benefits for the first year are $2,000. Anything year 2 and beyond are going to be $2,500. So again, a little more valuable. And the co-insurance structure, again, attractive, 180 and 20 in that first year, and that goes up to 190 and 50 year 2 and beyond. Same deductible. Also, great thing about this plan, there is no waiting period here. Now with PrimeStar Total, on the out-of-network coverage, out-of-network coverage is going to mirror what we just talked about with PrimeStar Access. So as a quick reminder, anybody in the base states that have MAC coverage, out-of-network is going to follow the same out-of-network is going to follow a co-insurance schedule that is different on this plan than in-network. So you'll see here, those co-insurance schedules is 80, 45, and 10 for year 1, and that goes up to 80, 60, and 30 year 2 and beyond. So with PrimeStar, just going back very quickly to make sure we're clear on this, with PrimeStar Access, it is going to follow this co-insurance schedule. With PrimeStar Total, it will follow this co-insurance schedule for anybody that is accessing out-of-network care. Again, with those UNC states, the treatment's going to be the same. Up to 80% is going to follow the co-insurance schedule. Anything beyond that 80% of UNC is going to be payable by the insured. Now, with this product, as I did mention, it is slightly more expensive. You'll see here in those base states that individual coverage is going to be $51.95. Adding an individual brings the cost up here to $103. And then with the family plan, it's going to bring it up to $164.88. So I want to talk very briefly about the 2 vision plans that we have, and then leave a few minutes for questions here. So we have 2 options available, again, through Emeritus on vision plans. There are going to be a couple of, I think, key differences between the 2 products. Number one, the network is a little bit different here. So PrimeStar Choice is going to be on that VSP network. PrimeStar Select utilizes the iMed network. The other big difference between these 2 plans, as you can see here, is on PrimeStar Choice, eyeglass lenses, contacts, and frames are going to be available every 12 months. For the PrimeStar Select plans, those are available every 24 months. Now, with PrimeStar Choice, the allowance is also a little bit higher at $150 for those frames or contacts. No waiting period on either of these plans, pretty similar coverage in terms of state coverage. Now, the other thing here, PrimeStar Choice is going to be, again, a slightly richer plan in terms of the benefit. It's also going to have lower deductibles across the board. And so you'll see here, eye exam deductible on the PrimeStar Choice is about $10. For Primestar Select, you're looking at a $25. So again, I know there's a lot of information here. We will make sure that this is provided with all of the level of detail. But as we think about the two options that are available, for those folks, I think that want kind of basic coverage, Primestar Select. For those clients that you know are going to be using them, if they're like me and they have glasses and can't see without them, Primestar Choice is going to be a better option because those deductibles are going to be lower, but also the frame, the frames, the lenses, and the contacts are going to be available once every 12 months rather than 24 for Primestar Select. Now, when we look at the pricing as well, we think, again, really, really affordable coverage here. For Primestar Choice for an individual, it's $16.34 a month. At Primestar Select, it's going to be $10.67. With Primestar Choice, adding an individual, whether spouse or child, is going to bring that cost to $30, a little over. And for family plans, it's going to be $44.94. So that's all of the material. I know that was a lot that we threw out there. Again, we will be following up with more information that you all will have the ability to read through. Next week, as a reminder, we will do a short webinar on what the application flow is going to look like, including dental and vision. Again, as a reminder, I have recorded this webinar and we'll be sharing this out. Please feel free to rewatch it or share it with members of your team that weren't able to make it today. And with that, we are super, super excited to have dental and vision coming live here, and look forward to working with you all and adding additional value to all of your clients. I know we're running tight on time, but I will stop there. Are there any questions that we can help answer? Great, we have a couple. Mary asked, do they ask in the application if there's already 1 year behind them with another carrier? Yes, Mary, I have to double check on this first, the first application flow that's coming out. But I do know that within the next, I think 2 months, Emeritus will be giving credit. So that may not, just to clarify, the credit for having been on a plan, I will get final details and we'll let everybody know. But that I don't believe will be available day one. Emeritus is still in the process of transitioning there. So it may be a month or two before we get there. Patricia asked, when is this supposed to be available? Right now, Patricia, we're targeting August 15th for a launch to everybody. So it should be it should be ready in the next couple of weeks, but we will provide a more detailed detailed update on the timeline here shortly. Cornelius asked if we offer a business card template. We do not. We do not have those. Just make sure I got these. Diana's kindly explain the co-insurance, please. Absolutely. So let me go back. Back here. So we'll use Primestar Total as the example here. So with the co-insurance structure, you'll see 3 numbers here for year 1, 100% on type 1. So each of these is going to correspond to the tier of service that's being provided. So it is 100% co-insurance on preventative benefits. It is 80% on basic, and it's going to be 20% on anything major. Now, as you get in again to year 2 on this plan specifically, it is going to be 100 on preventative still. It is going to go up to 90% on basic, and it's going to go up to 50% on those type 3 benefits. And so your client's share of the cost of any of those services is going to be going down over time. But for a type 3 benefit, there is going to be a co-insurance amount that your client is going to have to pay here. Now, as we look at that translating to out-of-network coverage in those base states, the three here are going to, again, correspond to type 1 benefits, type 2 benefits, type 3 benefits. And these are going to apply for any services that are completed out of network. So out of network, type 1 benefits, preventative, are going to be at an 80% coinsurance rate, 45% for those type 2, and 10% for those major or type 3. And those will obviously change as you head into year 2. So hopefully that helps answer your question, Dana. Great. So for 20% coinsurance, you pay 80%. So for those that are 100%, on the preventative, the client would not be paying anything. Any other questions? Great. Well, thank you everybody for joining. Again, we're incredibly excited to have dental and vision products available for our producer partners here in the coming weeks. And hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their week. Thanks again for joining.